there. So hopefully y'all can hear me. So it's been a while since I streamed. In fact, it's been like a month and a bit. I've been alright. It's been kind of a hectic period, you know, just like the madness that was the holidays, my own anxiety, and today I finally gotten good news about my uni stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still like a progression. I have stuff I have to do because my uni, I didn't do great, essentially, is what I'm saying, with like some uni stuff that was going on. So as a result, I had like all this anxiety, stress. Regardless, I had to take some time off. So anyone who stops by, hi, this is me coming back after like a month and a half of not streaming. So essentially what's happened to my island in that time period, because basically no one who probably stops by has seen my island back when it was like fully decorated. My island was kind of like this chaotic mess. It was very summery, it was very full of plant life. I loved it. Still do. I still plan to do a forested island again. So this island will again be forested, but I have some like different ideas for it. So for instance, I recently decorated Yuka's house in Happy Home Paradise. I think it was Yuka, and dear God, decorating his house gave me so many good ideas for like what I want to do with the villager forest area. So like I've done like Ali's house a couple of times, because something most people don't realize is if you own the like Happy Home Paradise DLC on the Switch, like not with the expansion pass, but with just the Switch itself, you can play it on all of the accounts that are on the Switch. So if you have a partner and they just want to like test out the DLC, you can just make them a house on the island, have them do the base beginner stuff on the island and be like, oh hey, so I've done these basic things, and then just have them test it out, or even just let them like make a house in the HHP stuff and be like, oh cool, yeah, they like it, and they can get it on their own Switch. Or you can just let them like do it as like a second house on your island if you like want a second house to decorate, don't necessarily want to do the HHP stuff, they don't really want the HHP stuff on their own island, you can always let them decorate it on your island. Regardless, this is kind of the like vibe I'm feeling for the villager area when I decorate it again. I want to make all the houses into Zen houses because I hate most of the exteriors. I do like the wooden one, but a section of the like metal housing exteriors just drive me mental. I don't know what it is about them, but I've never been what you call a fan. So this is kind of my like overall theory for like the villager houses and the villager forest idea I have planned, because I've drawn out a plan. Alright, there's a full-blown plan in place for this. This kind of like lush, filled with farm stuff, a pain in the ass to water, because I know that these vegetables in this region, I'm never picking them. I don't care if I need vegetables or if I'm harvesting them for anything, never gonna happen. I'm just not doing it. I'm not putting myself through the pain. I had my island covered in pumpkins, and the nightmare it was to water them all. Every time I'd like pick a pumpkin, it's just not worth it. Unless you're doing, like, I don't need the money. I do it at the moment because they're all in the same area, so they're easier to just like systematically water. But once I've moved them, I just can't be bothered. It's just not a thing that I'm gonna be doing. Regardless, something else to notice while we're here, this Freddy Fish thing, I was looking at like trying to find like a meditation thing on the Switch, because of course I can't just like get a free app. I wanted to see if there was like a cheapish game for meditation on the Switch, and this was in the recent releases. Now I don't know if anyone remembers Freddy Fish. It's a game from like the early 2000s, late 90s. I loved these games. Now the other game that came out with this one is called like Putt Putt Through Time. I never played the Putt Putt series, but I do know them because this whole franchise of them, like Freddy Fish, Putt Putt, all of them, they used to put marketing with the discs and with inside the game itself, like little bits. They'd be like, oh, if you like this game, try these other games, like, because they're PC games. So I owned Freddy Fish, and I saw the stuff for Putt Putt, never played it, because I had no interest. I liked the fish. Which I find ironic, considering I have a hatred of water. And I'm like dearly afraid of water. I'm just like, no, not gonna happen. Never felt the need. What you gonna do about it? So I got Freddy Fish for like 18 bucks. I've never felt more pleased. I cannot believe it. Its advertisement is like relive your childhood. I will be reliving my childhood. Now, I didn't get the putt-putt one because it is basically kind of a kid's game, because that's what it was for, kids. So I don't feel the need to be pandered to. If I ever decide to do like a retro thing, it's only 20 bucks. I may get that game in the future. However, do not feel the greater need. I just got Freddy Fish and the Case of the Stolen Conch Shell. I never finished this game, by the way. This Freddy Fish one, I have no idea where the game went. It's lost to the ethos. I've lost so many of these games I used to play as a kid. I don't know where they went. I have some, not all, some. Regardless, today we are going to be decorating part of the art, or at least like not decorating, like planning it out. So my main character, this is her. Look at this. She's adorable. I love this outfit so much. Now, she is going to, her storage is full. I've basically run out of storage for this villager to the point that I'm just like, okay, it's time to decorate. We are officially planning this out. So I made a plan for the like entrance of the island, and essentially it's kind of like an entryway with some water. So the water is going to branch out onto this side because interestingly enough, I do want to make it possible to get down into this area through walking down here. It was not possible the last time because I had a lot of second level, like level 2 terraforming, so there was sections of the island you couldn't get to without like going around a ways or climbing down somehow. I made it possible to climb down. It wasn't a pain, it was just like you had to have a ladder to get there. So this area is going to be the Mermaid Beach, so I'm kind of blocking it off with like some pathing. I'm gonna like block it off with water, and there is going to be like a bridge. It's just not going to be a convenient bridge for any villagers, so I have been debating whether or not I'm going to put a villager here on this beach with my 2 houses, because I have debated putting a Peppy on this house. Now, I only feel the need to ever have 1 Peppy at a time on my island. Peppies, as much as I like them, I've had multiple Peppies on the island at once, and the dialogue gets very repetitive. Early on in the game, I had both Pate and Peanut, and the 2 of them are the same personality type of Peppy. So every personality type within the game has 2 types. Type A, Type B. Now they do have a lot of crossover dialogue, but there is dialogue that is different between the 2 of them. So both Pate and Peanut are the same type of Peppy. They are both either type A or B, because they have some of the exact same dialogue. They're always like, I'm Moon Squirrel, I'm Moon Duck. Nothing wrong with it. I don't have a problem with Moon Duck and Moon Squirrel, but it got boring. It got very boring. So Pate was one of the first villages I got rid of from my island. So like, I loved her, but her house was the starter house. I'd never seen her other house. Maybe someday I'll bring her back to see what her real house looks like. But regardless of this, I loved her. She got me through 2020 because 2020 was rough. Like, it was not a good year. I like to think back on how, like, that year, I went into that year with optimism, like, I was raring to go, I was determined. I had, like, a job set up and all these amazing opportunities I'd, like, organized for myself, and oh boy, did that go wrong. It was a progression of just like, aha, so this is the disaster I've brought myself to. Because I know for a lot of people, 2020 was rough. Like, it ruined everyone's plans. I personally, it changed my entire way of behaving. Like, it changed my personality, my views of certain things. I got a lot more pessimistic about stuff. It wasn't anything personal, it's just like, it happened. As a result of that, I have had to work my way back towards the kind of like cheerful person, well, not cheerful, like enthused about certain things person I was. Because I had a passion for a certain number of things, and those passions just kind of died. Like, in a hole of sadness, and so I just, I moved on with my time, moved on with my day, and we're getting back to it. I'm determined to, circle back around to that. Now, you may be wondering, why am I making this tiny little dinky path here? Well, In my past one, I had enclosed this entire town hall in mountains, like second level things, which I'm happy with. I'm not mad at it. I happen to enjoy the 2-level tier surrounding it with waterfalls. However, it's a pain in the butt to navigate. I had to like send people my dream address and be like, hey, can you navigate this? And watch them struggle to get around parts of my island, which it's not gonna, like, it's probably still gonna be the same way. I like making it kind of tiered and natural looking, so where it's got like levels, so you have to like navigate to like, you know, find your way. Regardless of that, I've decided to again block in this section of the path. So we need to block in all the way up to, I think it's about here? No! Sheldon, why? What? Don't give me okay. Sheldon is either going to give me a useless, random item of clothing that means nothing to me, or Sheldon is going to be like, hey, so here's something amazing that's a new item, because I've been trying to get all the new clothing, and see this yellow shirt I'm wearing? It came from a balloon. I had not succeeded at finding it. There is a couple items of clothing, because each of my villagers has a different clothing theme, and so I've been trying to like make sure that I get all of the clothing themes for each of the villagers, like all the clothing that I want of each color for the new items. It's a process, I'm okay with it, but as a result, I don't have the like light up flower crown that is in yellow to go with this outfit. I'm using my yellow big ribbon. I love the big ribbons. I've been using them for ages, but most of the villagers give me useless nonsense. Okay. Thanks for saying I'm really good friend, Sheldon. This friendship is going to be gauged entirely on how good of, like, a thing this is. Why? I don't need a symbol. Why do they keep giving me a kettle? Are they trying to, like, pass on a message? Am I not feeding them enough or something? I have this color already. I swear to God, you pains in the butts have all re-given me this same color. No, don't be cute now. Fine, you guys chat with each other. I'm ignoring both of you because you keep giving me useless garbage. I love Buck and Sheldon. You wouldn't think it from that interaction there, but I do in fact love the jock villagers. The jocks and the crankies are my favorite. In fact, I'm getting rid of my cranky on this day at the moment, so I have a cranky called Buzz. Buzz is a darling. I love Buzz. He's one of my original villagers. I really like his house. In fact, one of the main reasons I kept him for so long was because of his house. His house is amazing. As a design exterior. Because I like the, like, Japanese one. And the thing is, most of the, like, ones that have that, like, Japanese exterior were the crankies. Like, some of the, like, the crankies were basically the only ones that really had it. So we're having this entrance come all the way up here. Because this is where it bridges off. Now, I understand that you see these, like, flower things here. They will probably get moved. I love my, like, little pansy flower garden that I have back there, but there's probably a better place to place the pansies. Slash, I probably don't need this, like, cacophony of pansies here. So I may actually end up using these on this pathway entrance into this area. Just so that way I can put something else there. Like, useful. Like, an item. So I placed that there because I wasn't, like, at the time when I did that whole area, there was, like, water all around it. I needed it to be easy to jump across. And something that you can jump into is the flowers. Like, the flowers make a little to no difference on your everyday life when you're jumping into them in this game, because it's like, oh yeah, no, you do not destroy the flowers anymore. Because if anyone remembers back in, like, New Leaf days, it'd be like, if you ran through a flower too many times, it would just die. It would outright die and disappear, and just, like, kapoof. It was kind of a whole thing. Regardless, here we are in this day and age of just, like, look at the decoration as it happens. Look at it as it occurs. It is a glory to behold. Now, I planned my entire original island using this kind of method. It may seem like madness. However, I am a Virgo, and I've apparently been told that Virgos are excessive planners. I don't know if I believe that as much as, like, It's nice that they tell me that I'm an obsessive organizer. Considering how I used to, like, in kindergarten, I get bored, and so I'd, like, rearrange my pencil case. Like this, like, how everyone had, like, a pencil case thing. Well, I had this kind of, like, tub thing that whenever you picked it up, it, like, it moved every single thing inside it. It wasn't a normal pencil case. It was, like, basically a Tupperware container that I was given to, like, store it all in. I think I still have that container. And I loved my stationery and the pencils. Like, they were my, like, children, basically. And so whenever I picked it up and they all moved, I had to resort every single pencil again. Because, of course, I was that kid. I swear these two are doing this on purpose. They're like, hey, you want to decorate here? You might want to move some of the water. So you know what we're gonna do? Yeah, we're gonna sit here and just stare at each other like this, because we're bros. You got that? These two are just such little bros together. I was briefly trying to do this, like, experiment of turning the entire villagers, like, all the villagers on the island into dog villagers. Like, that was an actual thing I tried to do. You can see here on this map here, I, like, gave it a solid go. Look at this, 3 dogs and everything. And I got bored. I got excessively bored of just so many dog villagers. You know, like, it's just kind of like a thing of like, oh hey, so what do you have as your villagers? Oh, Dog Island. That's nice. You have your land of dogs? Yes, I have my land of dogs. I think Benjamin was what finally turned me around on being bored. I don't know if it's like his nose or his face or his house. Like, his house is cute. I'll give it to him. It's an adorable little interior. He has, like, a classroom, kinda. Like, this old-style classroom with, like, 2 desks. And he just kind of chills in there. And it's adorable. I do not fault his interior one bit. I just don't like him. And you'd think I would, considering my strong relationship to thick eyebrows that I have with Buck. But I just can't I just don't like him. I don't know what it is. It's not that I particularly hate him. I don't, like, despise him. I don't avoid the villager. I just want him to give me his photo so I can kick him off the island, because that's what I do. I work my way through getting every villager's photo, and then I kick them off. That's how these 3 came to be. I got Fuchsia's. Cannot remember who I kicked off for her. She is a... Nope, it's not coming to me. So, oh wait, Solil. I kicked off Solil for this one. So the Solil left for this, then Fuchsia left for Cherry, and then for the Benjamin, I kicked off Bob. I don't know if it was a fair trade. I happen to really like Bob. Bob kind of grew on me. I'm not gonna lie. Bob was a cutie from the start. I don't know if, like, it's just because of the hype around him and so many other people love Bob, or the fact that I have so many Bob emotes from other streamers that I've just come a little attached to Bob. But I may actually bring Bob back to the island at some point. I'm not adverse to bringing back villagers for specific themes. I just won't make them stay until I get a photo. I'll basically kick them off again once I need to kick them off for a different villager. They'll just kind of be placeholders, and I'll gift them away. Because I wouldn't have gifted them a bunch of random nonsense. Regardless, I got 3 dogs in, got bored. My next villager I was going to replace with a, like, dog was Buzz. Buzz was going to be kicked off for one of the crankies. Essentially, there is one cranky, I think. I think it's just Butch. There could be a second cranky, but I've been working my way through it, and I was looking through all the dogs, and there's like 6 or 7 lazy dog villagers. It was just like, I just have to work my way through it. There's like Biscuit, Lucky, Benjamin, Jesus. There's a lot of them. There's a whole section of like lazy dog villagers, and regardless, I got bored of the dogs. Like, I'm not a huge fan of their face shape. I don't hate it. I've come to realize that I don't love any one species enough to make a whole island of them. My general plan with this was to have a whole island of one species, and then just get rid of them in favor of, like, once I'd knocked their photos out and be like, cool, knocked that, like, species off the list. Do not feel the same way anymore. I just can't be convinced into it. It was not a fun one. So I would not recommend. I will not be doing that again. Regardless, here we are. Buck is my baby. Buck's my boy, which is why he got his own little farm. I mean, look at this. We're just theming it. We are theming it right here. Look at this. This is couple goals. Me and Buck are just oozing confidence together. He's eating a donut. I don't like donuts. But we're like, look at this. We're like totally matching. I gave him this sweater, by the way, for his birthday. This sweater, in fact, was gifted by me. To the point that I think he gave me one of the photos. I have like 3 photos of Buck. Because he's been here so long that I've like been re-gifted photos from him so many times. And I don't care if people like hate his design. And they're like, look at these thick eyebrows. Like, these thick eyebrows are awful. Or like, they don't like the fact he doesn't have like those little toe beans on the bottom of his feet or his nostrils. I don't care. I 0% care. Buck is my baby. It's like Leonardo was my child back in New Leaf. Buck is my New Horizons baby. There you go. Sheldon can go. Buck has to stay. This is why I had to get rid of Leonardo, because I love Leonardo. I wanted him to stay so much, but I was trying to work my way through, and I refused to have more than 2 of any villager type on the island at the same time. It just gets too boring, because they all have the same dialogue. And it's not even like you have to earn their friendship to change the dialogue. No, they just have different dialogue. So as a result, I refuse to have more than 2 of any type. So the other jock that is not Buck will always be the one to leave. So Sheldon's boy, this little guy here, his days are numbered. I don't care that he's matching Buck in like colors. Like, look at this, green, yellow, orange. They've got it going on. They are bros. But he is still leaving. Do not care. He's gone. So, hope that you two enjoy your time here together. However, it will eventually come to an end. So, after that, I feel like I overestimated how much space, like underestimated how much space there was here. I was like, oh yeah, we'll have like a tiny little area here in front of Town Hall that'll like then go into like the theme park. Okay, so the entrance to the woods is gonna be closer over, I think. Or we could just make the cliff more round the area. That is also an option. So I don't actually want to have like a huge grassy field next to Town Hall. I've never been one of those people who like likes the open spaces. And is like, oh hey, so you know we need is like a huge open space of just nothingness next to Town Hall. Never been me. I have plans of making this kind of a woods/theme park. So I think all we need for like general space is maybe this up to like here. So this is going to be the edge of the woods. Now, do I have it multi-layered? I don't know. I might redo that again and be like, cool, you can climb down back to Town Hall. I'll put up vines or something. Because Town Hall is where people wake up for their DA. So I wanted a space where I could put a couple of tools just when I save the dream address, and also like somewhere I could put like some clothes and stuff, as well as like a general little like chill area for the villagers, because they never used half of the areas I made. I still feel upset. They're like, oh no, we don't need the areas you've like painstakingly made for us. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna avoid them and just walk around it. Like, there's one area I made specifically for the villagers to like relax in and just like chill out, have like little tea parties and whatnot, and they just ignored it. They were like, hell no, this is a huge area of space. Why am I giving it so much area? I personally feel like I'm giving too much area to this forest/theme park, but I may also be underestimating how much space they all take. We're gonna take out one of the items because I need a good gauge of like, is this too much space? Is it not enough space? Because the thing is, it looks like very little space, and then you like dump a bunch of items in it and you're like, oh, no, yeah, no, that's perfect amount of space. Or like, oh boy, not enough, thanks so much. As you can see, I have collected a fair number of items. It's just kind of like a cacophony that's kind of building. Oh, my mushrooms. I also like, let's see, where is the Ferris wheels? Ah, Ferris wheel time. So I'm trying to get like one of each color for each item of the plaza ones, so I can just like place them wherever I want. Hey, Hatsune Miku, how you doing? You're changing your name next month? What? What are you changing it to? How will I recognize you? Actually, I guess you'll just have to tell me. So what are you changing your name to, if you don't mind me asking? Or is it a secret? You like surprising everyone, be like, hey, it's me, Mikey the Shredder. Oh, nice. You were done with all the I suppose it kind of did restrict you, I guess, to like playing Hatsune Miku things and not doing anything else. So I suppose this gives you like a way to kind of branch out and still occasionally play Hatsune Miku if you want to, but also like do other things. Because I know that I've seen some people with like Animal Crossing names, and sometimes it can be a little restrictive, I guess, to like have Animal Crossing in your thing. And if you're not playing Animal Crossing, people will be like, oh, why aren't you playing Animal Crossing? Or do you play Animal Crossing? And I'll be like, yeah, no, I play Animal Crossing. I just currently am not playing Animal Crossing. I think that's kind of just where the people, they have to like sit with it. Yeah, we're taking one of the am I gonna put the train out? I don't know. We're gonna take a plaza car. You weren't even playing Hatsune Miku Project Diva games either. Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. Like, once you're no longer playing, like, a certain type of thing, it's just kind of like, why still having this name title? You know, it's just, it makes it a little extra pointless. Is this too much space for the car? You know, I think it's fine. I think this is a good amount of space for this kind of thing. So we'll just have it like this area end up here. I can't be bothered moving a bunch of this stuff. So as a result, but you also wasn't really playing it in the first place. Yeah, maybe once in a blue moon. Fair enough. I know that I watched someone who like they had to change their name on I think it was YouTube and Twitch, because they'd like kind of blocked themselves into a hole of like they'd played a game once, named themselves after it for when they're playing Twitch, because they're like, we're gonna play this game all the time, and then like never played it again. And so people would always ask them like, where did the name come from? Why did they choose that name? Are they gonna play that? And it was, I suppose it was probably a bit annoying after a while, having people constantly just be like, hey, where's this game? Like, we thought you played this game. Which, you know, fair. I could perfectly well see that being annoying. But yeah, so as you can see, I am currently decorating the island by planning out exactly where the terraforming is gonna go, kinda, and like the edges of each area, because I have it drawn out on a piece of paper, but I've been casually avoiding the piece of paper and be like, no, I do not want to start decorating yet. Well, here we are, decorating central. You're just trying to avoid cease and desist legal stuff and have a name that's fair enough. Yeah, I know there is a lot of people have like Animal Crossing and Mario and like all these like technically copyrighted characters as like emotes, and there's been like risk from a lot of people of getting copy striked because they like, you didn't get a cease and desist letter, but you also don't. Yeah, it's kind of better to like do it before you actually get it sent to you, because if once it's been sent, it's kind of just a pain in the butt of like trying to make sure that you get everything organized so your stuff isn't taken down, because if they do a cease and desist, I think they could like stop you uploading maybe, or like force Twitch into like blocking your channel and stuff, which would just be kind of a hassle. I know YouTube has some kind of thing with it, that they like, when you have copyrighted material on your stuff, they'll actually stop you uploading. You can't live stream. I think there's like, if you get enough of them, like monetization gets paused on it. There's like all this like stuff with it. Because I was watching a case recently from someone called, like, Dissociated. Now, I'm not a huge fan of some of their methods in the past. However, I do not, in fact, believe they deserve what's happening to them at the moment. As, like, a personal thing of, like, they're having someone who was working with them, just, like, harassing them and trying to stop them from uploading things that is their content that they made, that they're in. Just because they, like, did a disclaimer in the, like, description. So I do actually hope that this, like, the person wins, like, Dissociated wins. Regardless of my, like, feelings towards them on other subjects. I don't know how their personal life is going with those other things that I still have a problem with, but, you know, I wish them best with it. It's never fun to get that kind of, like, stuff sent your way, as far as I'm aware. Do I want it to span? So I'm trying to make it look like semi-natural. So it's gonna like have ebbs and flows. Like here it's really big and here it's really small. Oh man. Decorating, I forgot how much time it can take. You know, when you're like really getting into it. No, Portia. No, I do not want a balloon hat. They lie. The birds totally lie. Who wants a balloon? They're ugly. I've seen the blue hats. They're not cute. They were not cute in New Leaf. They are not cute now. I collected them in New Leaf purely because you couldn't rebuy them, and I had a balloon room. I mean, look at this thing. Tell me this hat is cute. It's just not. It's like looking at a highlighter. The villagers keep giving me useless garbage today. They're essentially giving me a message of they want to be next. Like they're up for eviction soon. They want to go home to like whatever new island they want to attend to, and I'm happy to oblige. I promised Buzz that if he got in my way, I would kick him off the island. He did. He's now leaving. Today's his last day. So, you know, it's only a matter of time before these villagers really start getting on my nerves. Hey Peanut, how you doing? It's been ages. It's been what, like, Jesus, 2 months? It's almost been 2 months. It was like end of October, I think, that was my last stream. That I really think I saw you around, but I'm here at 10 o'clock at night in Australia. How you been doing, Peanut? You been doing well? I personally have been avoiding decorating my Animal Crossing island. And so here it is, my attempt at plotting out the terraforming I don't want to do. This is, like, I want to start decorating the island, but I also know how much of a pain in the butt decorating and terraforming is, that I really don't want to touch it. But it has to be done. Only not like super or meh or like, oh yeah, it's been great, but you know, still. I'm alive, so there's, well yeah, no, that is definitely a plus. You are alive, you're here, you're chilling, you know, here on the Twitch platform that is this place, so you know, there's that. I mean, I know that I got good news today about my uni stuff, so I finally have calmed down enough where, like, my body doesn't just, like, shut down after work, because that's kind of what it was doing. It was kind of just like, hey, so you know how you wanted to do that other thing? Well, sorry, you're not going to do that other thing, because instead, you're going to want to just lay down and watch, like, a TV show and other people streaming, because your brain's just said no. So that's kind of where I was, like, casually sitting for, like, about a month and a half. However, I have received results. Couldn't have asked for anything worse or better. And as a result, I'm here, streaming and terraforming. So I hope that this, like, and you, like, just being alive does get better too. I can't, like... It's a special time of year. I know everyone's either like, woo, or like, no. People never come out of the holidays any other way. You don't have people just coming out of them like, okay. You have people either being like, that was awful, let's not do it again till next year. Or you have people being like, you know what? That was super. Wish it was still the holidays. And those people, I used to be one of them. I can acknowledge it is a great feeling to be in that zone of like, this is terrific. Have not in fact been in that zone for ages. So as a result of that, we're getting this like terraforming idea that's occurring. I've been thinking about this and thinking on it for a while, honestly. It's been the kind of thing that I like randomly focus on at work and be like, oh hey, you know what I should do? I should just like avoid thinking about my job while at work and instead draw up plans for my Animal Crossing island, which is exactly what I did. I like went ahead and drew these when I was at work talking with someone on the phone and be like, yeah, no, I totally understand your problems today. And instead, I have succeeded at planning out where my swamp is going to go. Because of course, that's what everyone wants to think, that the like casual call center work. To be fair, it's a call, like I work in a call center, so it's just a matter of like making sure that I'm paying enough attention, that I'm doing the job, but also like keeping it to myself, because it's like I sit down all day and then I like my knees hurt at work. Portia, go away. This is not the zone for you. I swear to God, if just no, go. Back away. Back away. Back away. These villagers are just testing me. I will get rid of Portia even without having her villager photo. I'll bring her back another time. I will do it. I'm watching you, Portia. You've been warned. I'm perfectly fine with getting rid of one of them and bringing them back later when I feel like I can deal with them. I remember briefly being like, when I was dismantling all this, just telling Buzz, like, that his days were numbered if he kept, like, wandering into my space. Portia, please. No. Back away. Go away. Go this way. Go away. You. Shoot. Yeah. You know the feeling you worked for Xbox for a few years, 90% of the time you're playing games while on the phone? Yeah, I wish we could do that. My office, they don't give us internet access. So we essentially, if we can't bring, and they like briefly tried to stop us bringing in like paper, pens, a bunch of other stuff, we kind of get away with some things because we do have like waiting time of just sitting there doing nothing, and people got bored. There was this whole window of time where they tried to ban solitaire from the office because people were just like playing it out of pure unadulterated boredom. Unfortunately, they do record our screens when we're on call, so it's just like it was kind of a thing where we had to make sure to like hide whatever it was we were doing, because they only record, I think, like, because you know there's only so much that they can gather. Regardless, solitaire has lived on. It's thriving, but it's just like on the down low. Like no one plays it like publicly. You had a clean office policy, so you know that, but because we had trouble shoot issues with the Xbox, they was yeah, their response to us needing phones to like help troubleshoot was to say, if you have any model of a phone you need help with, tell us what it is and we'll give you a manual to figure it out. So as a result, there's like manuals for like all these phones just that we have access to. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit for like playing video games while waiting for calls. If I could do that, I would. Because I have Animal Crossing that I take with me to the office, and if we could get away with playing on devices while we waited for calls, oh boy, would I get so much farther in my island. Because it's just really, you know, cramping my style having this like delightful job during the day that stops my Animal Crossing progress. I got so far with my decorating in 2020 on the pure fact alone that I never left the house. I just like, everyone's like, oh yeah, how many hours did you spend playing Animal Crossing? Like 2,000. There was like 2,000 hours that I put into Animal Crossing back then. Purely on the grounds of like, I had nothing else to do. I would just stay up all day, all night, and play the game. It was a blast. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a good distraction from the joys of 2020. Probably not the healthiest behavior for me to have had, though. You know, in hindsight, it was probably a should have been doing something else. But regardless of that, you know, I happen to enjoy the process that I went through of, like, decorating the island, showing off the island. My gnome hunt still exists in dream address form. No one has actually found all my gnomes. In all the time I've issued the challenge to people, I've been like, hey, all I want you to do is try and find the gnomes, see if you can. The closest I still have officially is 47. I don't know if someone in like their like state of sadness was like, you know what? We're gonna like gnome. Well, your current job is cleaning your physical office and sending us fully to work from home. No. Oh no. That's not fun. Yeah, no, I know that like at the moment there's a lot of people who are being forced back into working at home. I don't know if many people are excited about the prospect of working from home again as like a personal thing. I would love to work from home, but then again, I also don't know if I would like to bring the two together. I kind of like the separation of my office and my home. It's like I even change clothes once I come home. I'm just like, I'm no longer office, you know, rocks. I'm like busy. I'm home rocks. I'm someone else who does not exist in the same sphere. You spent the weekend set up home office? Yeah. I get a lot, because I do tech support, so I get a lot of people who call in who are working from home, and they're understandably pissed, because whatever it is they're trying to do just is not working. And I'm like, I understand, I empathize, I can do nothing. That you, like, if you can't help and fix it with me, well, that's the zone we live in. So it's kind of a matter of like whether or not people can put in the troubleshooting, and so I feel bad when like someone's been put up like this sucks creek without a paddle, and you're just like, yeah, no, cool, this is what you're up for. I think we've actually been authorized to like send out emails of like, yeah, blah blah can't actually do blah blah on their services, so they like don't hurt their employment and their like money. I don't know how often that's been sent. It's like a case by case thing, but I know at least one has been sent. Which, you know, is a good thing to know that we can actually do. So, you know, that's always fun. Oh man, but apart from doing that, I know I've spent a lot of time watching DVDs and movies, because I bought a bunch of box sets recently for like TV shows, like older TV shows. So I got like Warehouse 13 and like a ton. Go away, Kurt. I don't want clothing or items. Shoo. I so much don't want them. I'm gonna block you out of this area. Look at that. Kapoof! Aha! Success! They need to just stop giving me useless junk. Okay, they keep giving me useless junk, and I'm just not here for it. I don't know why they keep feeling this greater need to give me useless garbage. You have 118 hours on this check coming up on Friday because you've been working 8 to 12 hours for 7 days a week. Oh man. Yeah, my pay is kind of up in the air. So we had to have our pay and like our updated details, because we were like doing a whole thing with work, in by a certain date, and if we didn't, then we risk not being paid in that cycle and having to wait for the next one. So I might not get paid until February. Which blows. So we're gonna see how well I do for that long, whatever it is I end up with. But I know that I am not personally thrilled about any of it, and have in fact expressed as much multiple times. You're supposed to get a €100 holiday bonus paycheck. Came, not bonus. Oof. You know what I saw? I saw this video of people who was like ridiculous things bosses did around the holidays, and one lady, she got like a gift card of $50 from the their workplace, from the boss, and everyone in the office did. And they all thought it was like, oh cool, this is this fun little like new Christmas check thing or whatever. No, it was not in fact a cool new bonus or anything like that. No, it was actually, they had $50 taken out of their pay, and that bit that was taken out of their pay was what was used to give them the $50 like little gift card at the Christmas holiday period. Which, you know, I personally would love like a heads up and be like, hey, so 2 options. Nothing for Christmas from the boss, or we take $50 out of your pay to give you a gift card for your workplace. I personally think I would have gone with, no, we'll just take the like $50 cash that is our pay. I don't know many people who would probably go and like, hey, so you can just save me the process of walking up to the counter and getting a gift card, or like, you know, requesting a gift card. I don't know what the policy for their gift cards for that like company is, but that just seemed like a scummy thing to do. Like, pay them a Christmas present using their own pay. If Ebenezer Scrooge was here, that's the kind of thing he would do. Then again, he did really warm up by the end of the movie, you know, being like, oh hey, I'm gonna love little Timmy with all the life he's got left. I did recently, like, rewatch the movie that was, like, The Making of A Christmas Carol, which is kind of, like, based off the story of how Charles Dickens, like, wrote The Christmas Carol, I guess. It was pretty interesting. I don't know how, like, true to fact it was, but, you know, it was a nice story all the same. Sounds kind of like the office closing announcement. You can take anything from the office home if you buy. Yeah, no, exactly. It's exactly like that. My fun thing is our office, we don't have paperwork. Like, it's a paperless office. So as a result, if we should ever close, we can't even like just steal staplers or anything. We can't like steal supplies to take with us because there are none. There are no supplies to take. Like, everything that's in the office belongs to the building that we work out of. And so as a result, if we take anything, we're taking from like the people who own the building, not our actual employers. We can just get in trouble and be required to bring it back. That's all that happens. It's a level of ridiculous that just baffles me. Hey, Kaisla's goat. How you doing? You play Animal Crossing? Nice to see you here. How's your day going? You're allowed to take monitors and computers because it's assigned to you, but things like the desk and chair you need to... Yeah, probably. Regardless, I don't need their computer or anything. Like, my computer is better than my work computer, and my headphones are better than my work headphones, and basically everything at my work is a lesser version of what I already own, that I bought myself. So I have literally no reason to take anything from my office. Ever. I'm glad you're good, Crisis a Goat. Do you happen to like goats, or did you just like the nickname? I know that, like, there's this window where people were all naming themselves after, like, The Last of Us, depending on their feelings of the game. I wonder how long because you have to, like, keep those names for, like, 6 months. I wonder how many streams those people got blocked out of, just on the pure fact of their names were, like, spoilers. You need the chair, though. May take one without saying. Well, if you can get out of the office with it, I mean, good luck to you. I know that it would be really obvious going out of mine. Because we have, like, key cards and it's all watched. And I'm almost entirely positive they would see me coming and be like, not today. Go on, circle back now. Go and take that thing back in there. I can almost bet that they would see me coming trying to take something like that. And to be fair, they are not comfortable chairs. I have my own chair and it's just as comfortable. In fact, more so. Because Because I actually have to take a jacket with me to work to make my work chair comfortable. Many took them when they went remote, so you already know several are out of the office. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, if, like, they're, like, I know some offices will get, like, ergonomic ones or, like, really comfortable ones, for their employees. And so, I can imagine some of the employees, like, taking those with them and be like, no, we're taking these with us because, like, this is what we need to be, like, comfortable while doing this job. And I wouldn't blame them. You know? If it requires a lot of sitting and, like, you get cramping a lot in your hands or anything like that, you know, take a chair. It makes you feel more comfortable. You know, as long as you either return it if you do quit, or, like, the office when they, like, request it back, you're fine giving it back to them. I don't normally see any kind of greater problem with those kinds of things. Came here to ask if you wanted my free island tour, but if you're busy, that's okay. No, it's okay. Thank you so much for offering. But yeah, I'm kind of, like, decorating. I've been, like, avoiding decorating for who knows how long. But I am finally doing the decorating. So thank you so much for the offer, Chrysalis. I will eventually get that name correct. Yeah, if I should see you again, that is. You'll be surprised. Next time it'll just roll off the tongue and I'll be like, haha, success. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the Bear Cave. And I hope you had a lovely time here. You know, if you stick around or if you head off, you know, whatever your jam. But thank you so much for the follow. I know those things are limited. I recently ran into this problem of I had to, like, purge the people I was following. It basically resulted in me going through people's channels and seeing who was still streaming. Because streaming got really popular in 2020 for this, like, window of time. Like, everyone and their mother was streaming. And then afterwards, all these people, like, took hiatuses? Hiatuses? I think it's just hiatus for multiple. They went on, like, a break. And then they never came back. And I was like, I found myself running out of space with it. So I was like, cool. Yeah. So the thing is going to go is people who no longer stream. So I did that. I, like, removed all the people that, like, don't stream anymore, or that were just, like, they were friends of people who do stream, and it was just like, oh yeah, it's this funny thing where we all follow this person. And I, like, removed all of those, because I was just like, if they don't actually, and I don't actually watch them, there is no point. You're trying to get as much as you... So, yeah, that's what I mean, you give it back. If I leave, the company is based in Canada, you're in Estonia, I doubt they'll want to get it back. No, that seems like a bit of a trap. And you're trying to get as much as you can from the office for that reason. You suspect that if you leave, they just will say it isn't worth getting stuff back. Yeah, it's like when people just take, like, office supplies. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna take, like, the stapler, like, all the rubber bands, all the, like, paper clips and stuff, and it's just like, is it worth hunting someone down for, like, half a dozen paper clips? It's not. That's why they don't fight people for staplers. Or, like, to get all these, like, random items back. Because they're like, it's just not worth trying to hunt them down. Which, you know, fair. I don't know if I would be willing to track someone down for a stapler, though I did once request an X to show up at somewhere so I could get my umbrella back. That was more like a petty of, like, I want you to pay to return this umbrella to me because I'm in a mood about it. So I did, in fact, get that umbrella back. It was very much worth it. Meanwhile, you were streaming since 2014. Yeah, I mean, not everyone can be as experienced as you, Miku. People will just, you know... Some people were like, yeah, we started in 20... In fact, I've met some pretty interesting people who only started in 2020. Still going strong. Still doing great. It's just like, there's many people who did, in fact, quit directly after. And I can't blame them if, like, they tried it, gave it a go, it wasn't their thing, and then they quit. No harm, no foul. What's worse is if you, like, get into it and then you just, like, keep going even though you don't enjoy it, and then you just find yourself like regretting like not leaving sooner, which in fact I do believe is worse. If you ever want a free island tour, you can always whisper. Yeah, no worries, Christless Goat. If I ever want a free island tour, I know exactly where to find you. I'll make sure to like take a note of it like afterwards, because I know I will eventually do some like touring. Because I want to try and get some like inspiration, I think, for some of the rest of the island, even though I've got an idea for a section of the island, like what I want to do. There is so much of this island I have absolutely no ideas. I've like got thoughts, I've like hypothesized, but I don't really have what you would call steadfast ideas. How's it black? Yeah. You know the feeling you're streaming for years but stopped, now start again, start a new account. Yeah, I've seen some people like stopped, changed their name, came back, and were like, yeah, no, we just starting now. And they've had to like either rebuild, or people they knew like raided and found them again, and they're like, oh no, not this. I know I personally got a surprise once when I was streaming from someone. It was like a random middle of the night one, and I didn't expect anyone to find me, because I was just like, yeah, this is the weirdest time ever to be doing it. And I was like, someone I like knew from one of their own streams like showed up and was like, hey, and I was like, oh my god, how did you find this? It was cool to like run into them. It's always fun like seeing people who've come back after long periods of time, or who like disappeared for different reasons. And yes, I am well aware that this is in fact a line of gyroids. No one look at them. They're cursed. Look at the, like, don't look at these things. These things are not here. They are in fact completely gone. Like, don't even think about it. Like, they're kaput. Hey, I take it back. You didn't stream between March 2019 and April 2021. You know, I don't know if that counts. Like, maybe that's just a break. I've seen people take, like, breaks. And, because you can actually put a thing, I think, on your stream, like, on your channel and be like, you're on a break. So it shows when people click on your profile, like, hey, this person's on a break. Second is still available to claim. Yeah, I'm always amused to see how long, if ever, anyone claims first and second. I think I nearly went a full stream once where no one claimed it. And I was like, excellent. This is delightful. I nearly claimed it myself just for the fact of like, let's just be the only person to claim it. And if anyone ever does decide to, oh no. Me come back later, I ask anyone free island tour. Yeah, Mickey, you did claim it. Cherry, no. Okay, I've dealt with Portia, I've dealt with Benjamin. Why does everyone want to call me Touchdown? It's not that great a name. Okay, Cherry, you go away this way. Nope. No, girl. Back. Back off. Back away from the terraforming, okay? Okay? Over here. Back away. No. No. Niet. Back away, Cherry. Don't make me hurt you. I would just... Okay, that's it. Cherry. Going in the naughty corner. No. Come back here. You are getting shoveled, okay? We're gonna build a little cage, and we're gonna stick you inside it, and you're just gonna live there. And don't keep walking in there. This is not a free reign tour. Go. Go. Back away. Okay? Don't make me build this jail for you. Don't worry, Cherry's doing fine. She's just being nosy. She's the nosy person on the island. Her, Sheldon, like Buzz, the whole lot of them. They just can't mind their own business. Okay, this is gonna be a theme park and woods. They can't just wait for me to actually open up the venue for them to come inside. I mean, the audacity of these people, thinking that they can just saunter on in. That's the real situation, is them just being audacious and being like, yeah, no, we can go anywhere just because we're villagers. See? And you know what this has resulted in? Because I've made it this way, you want to see what's happened here? Sheldon is here trapped inside. There you go, there's Buck. And Sheldon. Sheldon's around here somewhere. There he is. Look at this stinker. These two are trapped over here. Aha! And you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna stop any of you suckers coming in here by just doing this, because you guys all suck. Donation box. You want to get in, you can donate. And there we go. No one is getting in here, and if I find out anyone's inside here, I'm gonna riot. Aha! Success! I blocked them all. Mwahahaha. You couldn't get access to your old, lost access to the emos. You need to create a new one anyway. But even if you did, no one from before would still be following you. It was like 6 years. Yeah, fair enough. Like 6 years being offline is a long time. I know I stopped following someone who like hadn't streamed in like 8 months. Because I just ran out of people, like, because I was following a lot of Animal Crossing people that were like small Animal Crossing streamers. Because, you know, you gotta be one with the community and, like, get to know people, and I like to see when other people are online and, you know, chill out in their streams. Because, you know, hooray. As a result, though, I kind of, like, ran out of space with people, because half the time there's people that, like, stream a couple times, never stream again, and I just, like, forgot about them. So I had to, like, do a purge and work my way through it. Plus, there's all these, like, people I was told or did follow, because it was like they were raided once by someone, and I was like, oh cool, and they had like follower only chat, so you had to follow them in order to like put in the raid message of any kind. So as a result, it just like I ended up with all these people I just never watched, and there was just no point. So I've just been working my way through it, but there's so many in that list that's just like it's a slow purge. I've got like maybe a third of the way through. So I just have to like check out their channels and everything first before I delete it. Because what if I like remove a follow from someone and then I end up refollowing them like 2 weeks later and be like, oh no, I didn't mean to do that, and then just be like, oh no. You think you only have like 10 followers from back then anyways? Fair enough. That's perfectly fair. Plenty of people make new accounts if they've been away for long periods of time, you know, either because they're doing stuff new or, you know, they like no one's on their own account connected to it anymore, you know, all kinds of reasons. So, you know, that's perfectly fair. You moved in with your fiance in March 2019, didn't even announce you were taking a break, just disappeared. The internet was, and still is awful. A thing happened in November 2020, not sure if you should talk about that here. You eventually decided to stream again in April of last year, and you're so happy. Yeah, I'm happy you did too. I mean, you know, all the lovely people that you'd have missed out on, like, meeting if you hadn't started, like, streaming again at the time you did. I mean, I don't know if we'd have met. I don't know if I caught you in your stream or if I think it was in, like, your relative's stream. It's been a moment, but I know that, like, it's a good thing that you, like, you know, we met through some version of it, and so it's always a good thing to, like, get yourself out there. I do not know what shape it is that I'm making this. I kinda like it, and I kinda hate it all at the same time. This is gonna be a nightmare to decorate. I can already feel it. I can already feel the fact that I'm going to hate myself decorating this monstrosity. Yes, met through your sister. I don't know either. I think I do. I think I follow you, because I think I, like, went through and was like, oh yeah, you stream too, and I think I do. Because I believe I got gifted a sub to you once at one point. I actually had your sub emotes, I think. You had, like, I had a bunch of Miku, like, Hatsune Miku ones, because I think I was at one point gifted one. You do that anyways. If I don't think they're interesting, you unfollow sometimes, fine. Yeah, that's fair. I know that, like, there's been some people that I've watched. They were okay, or, like, I followed them because they were, like, follower-only chat. And then I would watch them for a while, and then I felt bad, like, unfollowing them, but I had to because I just was a little bored. I wasn't very interested, and they'd be, like, completely silent for, like, 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time, and I'm like, if I'm just listening to it in the background and all I hear is the noises of a shovel going on, I feel like at that point you're gonna get like bored. It's a thing that happens of like just casually getting bored listening to someone, and I feel bad that happens, but it's just the way it is. If, you know, when you're doing streaming, you are technically entertaining other people, and if you're just gonna chill silent, like if that's all you want to do is like let people watch you terraform and decorate, and you don't have any plans, because there are plenty of Animal Crossing streamers that are just like, we only chat in the text box when people talk to us, we don't in fact have a voice thing or any kind of voice service. I don't know if it's because they're not confident in it or they don't feel the need to, whatever their reasoning, they don't feel the need to have like an actual audio. I don't normally follow a lot of them. I follow a couple because I like their designing skills. They do really good designs in Animal Crossing, and I like their Instagrams. But a lot of the ones that are like voiceless, I don't really feel the need because I have it on in the background. And unless they do like good music or like, you know, the actual game is interesting to listen to, there's not really a ton of point for me to be listening. Whereas there's plenty of people who love the ones that are voiceless because then they can just chit chat in the like chat. You'll find that they have either very quiet or very active like chats, which is cool. Like I'm down with it. But yeah, the funniest part is the number of Ace streamers you follow. I'm still amazed by the fact of how many Animal Crossing streamers you seem to be involved with, and you don't play Animal Crossing. Like, I don't know if it's just like you don't have an interest in the game, or you just don't own a Switch. I think it's like, I don't remember if you actually own a Switch. I think it was that you don't own a Switch. I think that was what the thing was. Yeah, both would do it. Both not interested in playing Animal Crossing. Portia, how did you get over here? How? How did she do it? She's a wizard. There's no space to get over here. You weren't here before. You can see why I got bored of having a dog. I didn't want this strain of dealing with the dogs. I gave up on them. I officially gave up on these dogs. I'm done with it. I have no interest in having a dog island. Never again. It's just not happening. Did I really climb down here just for it to be like, I need to stand here? Okay, fine, I'm standing here. We're waiting for the balloon. Waiting, and... Haha! Yes. Regardless, the dogs are no, they need to stay away. Anywho. But yeah, like, that's fair enough if you just like chilling with people who play Animal Crossing and chatting with them. Because there's plenty of people I've met who like watching these, like, I like watching people design in Sims, like Sims 4, and playing the game. I have no desire whatsoever to buy the game. I liked Sims 2. I truly liked Sims 2. I have just never felt the greater urge to like buy the latest Sims games just on the premise of like EA sucks with their the way they've organized the extra stuff for like the Sims. Not a fan. Would not say I'm in the fan category for. Mostly it's because they're not swearing yet. Yeah, you'll find a lot of Animal Crossing streamers are either family friendly, some of them are 18 plus, but they're usually pretty calm, like, because they understand that a lot of people who watch their stuff are likely kids, or people who like more chill vibes, because Animal Crossing is not an intense game. I understand in Hollow Knight people swearing their ass off, because Hollow Knight kicks your butt, but not in Animal Crossing. It's rare for people to like go around swearing in Animal Crossing. And that's good, Mika. You should go get eats and have an. I always have a nap after I eat. Like, you get that like lethargic feeling and you just want to sleep. So I hope you have like a good time like eating and having a nap. I had macaroni and cheese for dinner. And I'm having roast for lunch tomorrow. So I'm very excited. It's gonna be delicious. 18 plus is okay, but like the FPS games, yeah, a lot of the FPS game people, they're just insane. I do not understand what their problem is. Like, what is it? On some level, I probably do get that it's just like a thing they do for like shock effects. But I'm not what you would call a fan of it. So this is going to be the entrance into somewhere else. And we are going to put an item here because screw letting those pains in the butt get in here. They're not getting in here. This is officially a no villager zone right now because I have to decorate it. So we're going to drop these couple items in here because I will be using them in here. I don't want them in my pockets anymore. Oh man, these guys. That reminds me, you should go find lunch. Yeah, you should definitely go find lunch. I know that like lunch is one of the meals you should be eating in your day. I definitely recommend. I had pretty good lunch of roast, and yes, I had it both for lunch and 2 days in a row, and I had it as dinner the other night as well. It is a delicious, delicious thing, and we had so much of it that we had to do something with it. Hang one on cliff. Aha! There we go. Problem solved. I can get up there now. If only there was an easier way of placing these things than just like step plop, step plop, step plop, step plop. You know, like an easy way of being like, you know what, this thing here, it's just like slowly progressing along. Oh no, this is the fast way. Can I do 2 at a time? Aha! No, I can't. Knew it. I knew it had to be 1 at a time. Oh, why? Why do the vines do this to me? Regardless, this is the, like, how to get over this method. There we go. Vines. I might move some of these for other things. Actually, because that looks a little insane. Yeah, because it's not quite, like, I don't know if it looks natural or not, because I kind of want to place other stuff along as well. Because you don't want it to be like a tiny, tiny footpath of like, oh yeah, we can't get through here. Okay, I'll leave these 3. You. 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 See, this is us making this thing more natural. This is a whole decorating process in the making. Because we are decorating classics. Oh yeah, so I've recently like been working my way through. I swear to God, if Sheldon shows up out of anywhere and he's like, "Hey, touchdown!" I'm gonna cry. He's here. I thought I saw him running at me. I wasn't crazy. And here I thought I was going insane, thinking he was running at me. I was not, in fact, going insane. I was perfectly logical. I'm gonna have to move all these things. But for the moment, they're fine where they are. Because we're essentially plotting out a bunch of it, and then decorating. So it's fine that those things are currently still here, it's just when I finally put everything down, I will have to move them and find a place for them. Wherever that may be. Let's say vines, glorious vines. Here we go. And done. You. So, because I took a lot of time off, I had a lot of time to like look into like games and stuff that was coming out in this next year and be like, oh yeah, what could I possibly stream? And I've come to the conclusion that there's really only a ton of indie games I'm interested in for this like coming period. There's so many like not great. Like super not great, just AAA ones that have been like announced. It's like they've minimal effort on some of them, which makes me feel kind of sad because they could have been great. Sheldon needs to get out away from here because I want to close off the path. Okay, Sheldon, we're having this talk, buddy. Do not, in fact, run this way. Don't do it. Don't do it, Sheldon. Don't do it. Sheldon, we've had this chat. No. No. Okay, run this way. Good boy. I swear to God, Sheldon. No. Back away. I will put you into villager jail. Stop with the running. Stop it. Thank you. Okay, just go this way. Thank you, Gesundheit. Okay, go be one with the walk. I swear to God, if you sit down, we're gonna have words. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Kapoof. Voila. I don't know why I put a vine there if I was just going to, like, do that. Okay. The destruction of the water. You ever do that moment where you're like, oh yeah, I've perfectly destroyed this waterway to, like, the way I want it to look. And then you realize that you haven't, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I've got to, like, rebuild all this, because this sucks. No, I just did it perfectly. Okay. Success! Woo! Success. We did it. I started the water expansion. Because the problem is there's like river fish that I want to catch. But the greater problem is that there's no rivers. Like, I didn't plan out a river of any kind coming through anything, and so as a result, I just, like, don't have any water to, like, fish in. Where did the H12 one go? I don't know. I'm not losing it. Excellent. I just, like, didn't plan into my equation, like, the need for water in any of, like, the seasonal changes. Because I was like, yeah, no, I totally don't need water at all. What are you talking about? Why would I need water to, like, fish? What fish? Do not climb down. I'm trying to catch a balloon here. So yeah, I just, like, erased all the water, forgot about it. Had a fishing tourney, I think, had a bunch of other stuff happen, and was like, water? Who needs that? I don't. And then just, like, allowed the casual nonsense of no water to occur on my island, where I just destroyed any water that could possibly exist on the island at all. Oh, it was a fun time. I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely a fun one, destroying every single smidgen of water on the whole island. And so I would miss out on any possible river fish that I might need. You know, I'm slowly working it back. I'm slowly bringing back the water, because, you know, I kind of need it for fishing and getting creatures of certain varieties, I suppose. I've technically finished the museum, so I don't actually need it for anything museum related anymore. Because even though my character has not caught all the fish, I went to a treasure island just for funsies. And instead of, like, making figurines out of some of them, because I had a bunch of extras that I couldn't make into figurines, and I was like, I'm not displaying you in my house. Instead, I decided to, like, donate them just for funsies. Did. And here we are, in the land of I donated a bunch of fish, and I've finished the museum, but have not, in fact, like, actually caught all of the fish. I'm missing, like, 4 or 5 fish, and it's just driving me a little nuts that, like, so many of them have been left by me, unintentionally. I don't know where I was going with this. I thought I was gonna do a bridge in this area over to this area. Apparently not. We're making all this water. This is gonna be fun. So, like, I'm excited about all my, like, terraforming plans. So as you can see, I'm placing this because I'm not dealing with terraforming the water just yet. We're gonna see if I like the placement with some of it before I start this madness. But I did need to start making rivers again if I had any hope of catching the river fish for this, like, seasonal period. Because there's, like, 2 of them that I just don't have, and they're on the rivers. As you can see, I've caught basically all the bugs. I am only missing the dung beetle. Who I have to wait for, like, winter. So I'll get him in winter when I, like, have snowballs. And then in comparison, I've got the fishies. And there is 1, 2, 3 fishes that I haven't caught. 2 of them are from this season. 1 of them is from winter. And then these creatures. Now, most of the sea creatures I'm missing are all in the period of the year that is winter, so I'm not really that, like, upset that I don't have them yet, because I would not have expected me to have them. Okay. Dotted this all out. Can I fit on here another little square? I can probably fit a tiny... I don't think it's wide enough to put on a, like, tree thing, so I might have to widen, like, give it another space. Land. And glorious land. See, the thing about terraforming is it is so calming. It's easy enough to just, like, nod off or completely lose your focus of what you're doing, and you're like, oh yeah, I was doing this, and then, like, kabam. Oh look, several hours of terraforming have passed. And you're just like, oh no, what have I done? And then you realize, oh yeah, no, I totally, like, wasted hours just not doing anything but terraforming. And that's fine. It's surprisingly easy how easy it is to, like, fill up the time when terraforming. Which is fine, like, it's a calming activity, so there's nothing wrong with it. I know that, like, some people are just like, oh yeah, I hate terraforming, whereas others love when they get it and just, like, destroying the island. I personally was watching someone who did, like, a normcore island recently, and normcore was, like, they focused on basically all the stuff that was really big when ACNH first came out. Like, all the things that were huge, like, hyped things that people did. You know, like having Raymond and having, like, specific things that they did with, like, the island. And so they, like, focused on doing that. They had, like, a 3-tiered, like, guest area and all these other things. It was cool, I'm not gonna lie, seeing them do this kind of an island. I don't know if I could necessarily pull it off, because theirs had a lot of, like, open spaces to it that I just don't know if I could pull off on the same way. But, you know, I appreciate that, like, that they pulled off something really cool. Okay. We're gonna hang a vine here, and we're gonna hang one here. Just so I can get over this. Because the villagers can't, but I can. So this is a good way for me to be able to get over this area while I'm doing this without the pain of dealing with the villagers. Because, you know, they are just delightful and everything, but they really do know how to get in the way. I'm not gonna lie. Not their best move to be, like, in the way all the time. Oh man, I really like this waterway area. You know what? Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. Because I have a feeling that this part is going to be a pain to make it exactly how I want it to when it comes to, like, the water part. Because water never does what you want it to in this game. It's like, oh, you wanted just 1 square knocked out? I thought you wanted 6 squares knocked out. And you're like, no, why would I ever, in my right mind, want 6 squares knocked out or like filled back in, because you'll like when you fill in a square of water, it doesn't just fill in that square, it also fills in like the neighboring square. So you like, see, look at that thing. I just no. It's a moment of like sadness when you like casually destructed part of the island that you like were trying to change. Hey, I'm trying to make it like natural-ish. You know? Natural-ish. You can't have like all the water connected. You gotta have some of it be a mystery and be like, oh yeah, no, that totally should have connected and then didn't. Hey, Techno Samurai, how you doing? You having a good day? Good week? Good month? I know it's been a new year and everyone's like, oh yeah, 2022. I don't know if everyone has the same kind of enthusiasm to like maybe this year is gonna be better the way they did with 2021. I think 2021 gave them too many hopes. Thanks, Happy New Year to you too. I'm doing better today. I got some really good news from my university, which, hooray. Like, it's good, but it also is just like, it's up to you to not screw it up. I'm like, hooray! Hooray for me and my ability to possibly not screw things up. So, we'll see how well I do with not stuffing it up. But other than that, I've been doing pretty good. Now, what about you? You been doing good too? Or like, just, you know, living life? Thank you. I know that I'm gonna do my best not to screw it up. I wasn't giving my uni stuff the time it needed. Honestly, I was just allowing myself to not give it the time it really truly did need. And that's kind of on me. So I gotta make sure to work on that this coming year and be like, no, I do actually have to like put that extra time in. No, can't do that thing that I was gonna do with work. You know, I gotta put my foot down a little bit more, I guess, with like things that I'm going to do or not going to do. But yeah, I'm glad. Like, are you doing really good with your new year? Cause it's been a while since we've chatted, cause I haven't like been live probably in like almost 2 months. And so some people I just haven't run into. I don't know if it's cause I'm like, I haven't been to the same streams that they normally go to, or just because they've also been on like holiday hiatus or what, but it's nice to see you guys, like everyone all again. It's been ages. I forgot, like, you know. Oh man, I don't know. I like this path. It kind of seems natural. It's also a little odd. I like my pond. I also don't like this pond. I don't know how I feel about the water. We're not gonna extend it all the way up here, I don't think. Or do I want to extend it all the way up here? I think it's just gonna go up here. Failure is only the opportunity to begin again, only this time more wisely. Iroh. Is a quote for... Yeah, Iroh sure knew his stuff. Like, he did so well for himself, all things considered. He learned really well from any mistakes he made. He never really did make the same mistakes more than once, which is pretty admirable, considering how things seem to go for the people in the Avatar. You know, where they'd continually, like, screw up in similar fashions, I guess. So it's good that they had someone like Iroh to like, watch their back, because they definitely needed it. I don't know if you ever watched the show, Korra, but I really liked this one episode because of, like, some of the flashback stuff, like, stuff that is obviously a reference to the original show. It was pretty good. I really liked how they did that, okay, on and off. Your 2020 was shit, but 2021 showed you that 2020 was fun, so you're gonna make 2022 in your next year? Fair enough, like, that's cool. That's a good, like, mentality to go into it with. I know my 2020 was really rough. There's only a couple of good things that came out of 2020. You know, meeting some of the people on Twitch, like finding Twitch and like really finding kind of like what I wanted to do in like some of my spare time here. You know, I like genuinely am happy that I did find Twitch, even if it did take a pandemic to get me here. So, nice, you've been following me for 5 months, 3 days, and 1 hour. You should be very proud. That's basically I think the whole time, almost the whole time I've been streaming. I think I've only been streaming for like 6 or 7 months. Something close to, and I did take like a month and a bit off in there. Because I've been, like, affiliate for only 6, so you know, you came around that like time window of when I like seriously started streaming a bit more regularly. It's our 5 months, 3 days, 1 hour anniversary. What we doing? I mean, we're terraforming in Animal Crossing. What else does it look like we're doing? You got your Switch? Bring it out and let's get terraforming. Oh. But yeah, today was one of those days where it was like my hair was atrocious. So I was just like, today is not a people are seeing my hair on stream day. Because it's due for a wash. And I just knew it wasn't happening today. So as a result, no cam. I think I kind of like this pond the way it is now. It looks kind of like a high five. Unfortunately, you don't have one. Oh man. Well, you'll just have to get around to it for the, you know, the 6 month, 3 day, and 1 hour anniversary. Like you got a whole month to prepare for it. And like get right in there. Oh man. Yep, we did the entrance. Hooray! Hey Peanut. But I've kept all the villagers out of the area I'm working on. So we gotta just figure out what flowers and plants I'm putting all through here. But I am gonna try and put a combination of like plants, items, and crops. Because I have no plans on it with like some of the areas. If I put crops in them, I'm just gonna like let the crops grow and then never pick them. But I'm not placing the crops until they've all like bloomed to their full potential, because I don't really want to have to go and like re-water them again. Somewhere up here where it's a pain to get to them and water them, where I'm likely to just forget. So I've just kind of left that be. That will be. Because I drew out a map. It's a very crude map. It's not exactly what you would call art. But it kind of does the job of like what I'm trying to get across, I guess. As far as like how the island is going to be set up. So currently the map looks like this. So this little like quadrant over here down in the right section is going to be the theme park. Like plus woods. So you have to go through the theme park area to get to the rest of the island. I'm gonna make more woods, obviously, in part of the island, because leading into like the rest of it, but I kind of wanted to have this one little specific bit that was just theme park and kind of like a haunted-y theme park. Because I have some like random blood, like blood designs that are like help, blood trail, blood hands. You know, I'm not that upset. Yeah, I got some ones around, so I was like, yeah, no, cool. Blood trail. Now we're gonna map out some more of this. So the water is gonna come through here. Water. Excellent. So my plan is that the water is gonna come like on the side of Town Hall, like this side is gonna come or past. So it's gonna come like down here along the way and then as well as like up this way. And then back here. So instead of having like land surrounding this one this time, I'm having water surround Town Hall this time. Because last time I put in a lot of just like extensive land. Which I'm not against. I happen to like love that kind of like intensity, but I kind of wanted to do this island a little different because even though it is like Halloweeny, it's kind of the word I'm going with. So it's gotta have more mystical to it, I guess. Just kind of the like process, I suppose. And the water probably to around here. Because I want to have some cute little waterfall areas, some crossing paths. It's gotta be adorable with terraforming. Everyone, like, it's always surprising to me how long decorating in Animal Crossing can take. Like, I'm not mad. It's just like, it can take ages. So you gotta have, like, the patience for it. Not everyone really cares as much about the decorating part, which is fine. But I happen to be a huge fan of just Animal Crossing decorating. That one. It's always been something I enjoy. Even back in New Leaf, when it was just like the house. There was no other thing to decorate besides the house. Like the homes. I still loved it then too. Oop. Okay. We've got a little water bit coming down here. And we're gonna have water in this corner. So we're doing more water on the side. I didn't have a ton of water on the last one. I had a lot more landmass. There's like odd splatches of water. Like odd little bits and pieces, but there was never a ton of it, which I suppose was in part because I found it so annoying to navigate at times. So I just like went out of my way to make sure that I didn't have a ton of it around. They're just testing me. These butterflies. Oh, Peanut, move. We got a butterfly to catch. But yeah. Thank you. I appreciate your feelings about this. Peanut. Just for that. You get a sparkles. There you go. You feel better about yourself. Okay. So that's the theme park. Why am I pulling out the water one is a greater question. Okay. So I'm gonna block off essentially where the museum area is gonna be, because I do plan to move the museum back here, and it's gonna be hidden. In this like back section, it's gonna need like I think maybe 4 or 5 deep, up to like here-ish. For just decorating. But with an entrance down here. Because I'm not moving Abel's today. Because that's a crazy idea. I have to decide strategically where I'm moving everything. Because I don't want to just like keep moving everything around willy-nilly. I want to try and like just move the items if I can once or twice. Which would be nice. I think the museum should fit in there nicely. And it'll be blocked off around here. Because the thing is, I don't really need access to the museum area that much. I basically only go there at the moment to do the like roost achievement. And then I never go in there at all apart from that. I don't know if it's just like a I don't need it anymore kind of thing or what. I think it's basically just that. We're gonna make this like the museum area, I think. Or do I want to make it one more day? Yeah, we'll make it one more. This up here. Because I'm gonna use like a bit combination of I think trees and mushrooms. Just kind of block it in. I don't want to make this the entrance into it. No. We're gonna block this little bit off. This is not the entrance into the museum. This is just a side part. Oh, that's blocking the museum off. Up to here. So something I've also been thinking about lately is like how I haven't been playing Pokemon like Diamond and Pearl as much. Hey there, Troll Castle King Jason, how you doing? You having a good day? Is it a good like week for you? And do you play Animal Crossing? If so, who's your favorite villager if you have one? So yeah, like the villagers I finally decided to like kick Buzz off because it was time. I feel bad because I like Buzz, so I'm gonna miss him. Yeah, apart from a bit of a toothache, well that's not good. I mean it's probably good if it's, you know, healing toothache pain, so it'll hopefully go away. But if it's not and it's like, you know, hurting toothache pain, hopefully you're able to like see a dentist or something soon to like get that, you know, sorted out for you. I know dentists can sometimes like cost a fair bit. Probably cheaper than like losing your tooth. I don't know how much like getting those fully extracted is. It's not painful, so you're pleased. Well, that's good. I've had a lot of tooth stuff over the years. I've had braces, surgery in my mouth, yeah, all my wisdom teeth removed. I've had a lot of like dental things. So I'm like, I appreciate what dentists do, but I also get anxious sometimes when I'm like dealing with them because I'm like, oh boy, what's coming now? Because you never know. You never know what's coming when it comes to like, when you go to the dentist. Like, they could find a hole in your tooth that you're like, it's fine. And they'll find it and they'll touch like the right spot and it's just like, oh good, shooting endless pain. I'm so glad I came here today. And you can't predict it until you've actually gone. Oh nice, you have a 3,309. That's impressive. I am very impressed. I know my main villager, I believe, has 2,000 hours, I believe, in Animal Crossing. Here it is. Yeah, so basically like almost 2,000 on my main, and then I've got these ones I switch between. So it's just, I have tons of hours. I've done less hours now that I'm like working full time. I did a lot more when it was just, I was a uni student, and so I was able to, in my spare time, do a lot of this stuff. But, you know, you live and learn. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time in the future to, like, mess about with my island. Oh, man. I love decorating, so it's just cathartic. You know, so I play it probably the most of any game I do play. As a result of that, I don't know if it's like intentional, just it's calming. So I'm always, you know, playing it. Do you have a favorite like villager on your island with that like, or like a dreamy that you want? I don't really have like a dreamy per se with my island. I have villagers that I'm like, I don't really want you. And I have villagers that I'm like, yeah, like they could be a cool like addition. But I don't think I have anything like close, you know, dreamy that some people will like hunt for. Because I've seen some hunts lately where it's like 2,000 tickets to like find this one villager. And I'm like, are they worth the 2,000 tickets? Because it's a lot of Nook Mile points. I mean, sure, I'm sure plenty of them are using Treasure Islands to get the tickets. Because that's a ton of tickets. Oh, kid. I'm aware. Thank you. Shazam. It's the occasion. So I thank you. You know what? No, I don't need more things. What these villagers have been giving me things all day. Just like useless nonsense. Okay, you've given me the acorn cap. I need you to move so I can put down this one tile. Okay? Great. Oh boy. What kind of useless garbage did kid give me? It's not entirely useless garbage, but I don't really think I needed it. Because I'm pretty positive I already have the acorn cap on the one villager I would give this to. So, you know what? We'll drop it here. They can have it. Oh man. But yeah, I'm trying to like etch out where everything is kind of gonna go, so as I terraform and decorate, it's kind of all like casually mapped out. Let's see. So I'm probably only gonna go for maybe another like 10 minutes and then raid, because it's getting pretty late and I'm determined basically to try and set a bedtime so I can more regularly stream and not keep crashing, because that's my main problem. I keep crashing because I get so tired, like from work, that when I get home, because I haven't been properly sleeping, it's just like exhaustion smacks me in the face and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna pass out, and then I like don't stream. And it's one of the main problems with, you know, why I didn't stream for ages, along with my own like mental problems and like other things. Let's see. Yeah. Even now. Okay. That's cool. But yeah, so this is kind of just like the way the river is gonna go. I'm attempting naturalness. I'm attempting it. I don't know how well the naturalness is in fact going. We're gonna find out. I do, once I've started to put the plants and flowers down, because they are the final touches, you know? The real final touch is in fact the plants and flowers. You can never fully tell how natural an island is looking until you've done that. Once you've done it, you're like, aha! There it is. It's at that point that it's like, yeah. No, this is definitely the progression that I want to like attain to. So, let's see. I don't know if I like this the way I like the pathway it's going. I just need to figure out where I have to stop with it. Let's see. So I think I need to stop with it. I think I was gonna actually put a bridge. So I think I'm gonna actually go the whole way down here with it and just like widen it out once it gets to this later point. I don't know how I ended up in this is totally Hollow Knight, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm now seeing this list. I knew it. I was like, it was so familiar. I was like, I can't quite place it. I'm trying to like avoid copyrighted material, and for some ungodly reason, it was just like, you know what we're gonna do? Not only are we gonna give you copyrighted material that you've ended up on, because it's your most played playlist, it's gonna be like Celeste and Hollow Knight. Oh, well, we'll find out how that goes. Maybe they'll be kind on me. Doubt it. Highly doubt it. But you never know. I think that one's gonna be a problem because it's gonna be like it's too close to the cliffs. We'll come out here a bit. I may have to abandon the bridge idea altogether and be like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a special kind of bridge. kind of bridge where you just like meander along. I've seen some amazingly cool islands lately though, where it's just like the way they've designed their island boggles my mind. Because they've done these cool things with all the new 2.0 items. And I just can't quite believe it, you know? You know? Where it's just like, how did they achieve this greatness? with these like few new items. Because they only use a couple of new ones. They use a lot of like the older ones as well. Sheldon, would you not? Me and these villagers, that's the main problem I had with terraforming, was I like got so angry at so many of these villagers that I was like, you know what? All of you, you're all being shipped off to I don't want you cove and go away island. Oh no. These poor suckers. They're doomed with me. Absolutely doomed. Okay. This should be a nice little bit of river here to cross. Because I want to like... I'm gonna block off a section of this part here with like... plants. So they're not gonna be able... like, villagers will not be able to just meander down through here and sit down and hide. Slim Shady's back. Hey Techno, how you doing? You coming up and you speaking violence, may I... Sure, do you got a dream address you want to like toss in the chat? And let humans who are here know about it. You're welcome to do so. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just decorating. Oh boy. The problem is, like, so many people are like stuck in this zone. No, it's okay. I'm almost about to like raid someone. Zen cushions! Yay! Hand knit tank. High chair. Cute DIY table. You know, those are almost helpful. What color is this one? Pink one. Why do I keep getting the pink one? I swear every single time in the mail I get this pink one. Green floor lamp. And which color high chair? It's the blue one. Oh. Oh. Well, because it's 11:30 at night. That's why. It has to, because I have work tomorrow at like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I have to stream. Like, you know. Well, tell you what, I'll be streaming again this week. So you can come back and gossip with me some more then. I'm just turning my desktop audio off for a sec while I check out this streamer to see if, like, what they're up with, because it's kind of a split between either someone I know who definitely, you know, doesn't need humans, or someone who's new. It's 15:27 here. You know, I believe you. I do. Truly. But, at the same time, you want to guide through it? You got a suggestion before I pick? Everyone you toured your island left impressed? Well, I'm like, that's cool. You should stop by again on a day where I'm doing some kind of like touring thing. I'd be happy to. So Techno, what's your suggestion before I, you know, put in my idea? Ah. But this is the raid message, in case anyone's curious. I think this is the other one I have. Yes, that's the one in case for me, because I'm the person who is subbed to my own channel. Hooray. Yeah, you are honest about the shameless plug. I will give you that. So if you're not subbed to me, you can use the first one. I actually have an idea who I'm gonna raid, as I haven't heard from Techno. You haven't said anyone, so we're gonna see if I can raid this channel. I haven't been here before, and I've only met them once. I was in, I think, a raid to them a while back. Really nice people, they seem perfectly lovely, so you know. That's in the username? Okay, one sec. Let me see. Okay, is this on Twitch chat that you sent it? Oh wait, crafted jellyfish, right. Let me have a quick look. See, let's see, maker and crafter. So they're making shoes at the moment? Well, they seem nice. So, yeah, we'll give. She's very wholesome. Alright, well, we'll give it a go. Someone new. Because I haven't met them before. Let's see. Okay. Boop. No, it's fine. I'll give them a go. I haven't met them before. So, you know, they seem pretty nice from what I've seen of them. And they don't have one of those, like, have to follow to put anything in the chat things. So that's always a bonus. I might be putting this, but for everyone else, if you want to put in the, like, the above one, this one, when we're going over, that'd be appreciated. If not, you know, that's perfectly fine too. So we'll be rating them in a couple of seconds, but thanks. Well, I'm happy to oblige. And like, you know, rating over to them. Because they seem pretty wholesome. I like their hair. Their hair is cool. So I just wanted to thank everyone for stopping by again. Who's like been here, stopped by, come back and chat with me because it's been ages. So I'm surprised that so many people I know have come by and said hey, even if only for like 20 minutes or so. But you know, I appreciate so much when like anyone stops by and says hi. Even if only for a couple minutes, especially after all this time. So, you know, I'm coming back into streaming again. I hope to see you guys all, you know, out here again sometime soon. And so just say a big hey to a crafty jellyfish. Bye.